Hello, good evening, everybody. Um, this is Lou live streaming from Israel, from Tel Aviv. Okay, good evening, everybody. Okay, when you guys are there, please say hello to me so that we can, I know you guys are there. Okay, hello, everybody from Singapore. Okay, hello, yes, yes, Chua, Ken, good to see you. Jian Xiang, good to see you. Xiu Qing, good to see you. Zeph, good to see you. Eric, good to see you. Yes. What about Facebook? I don't see anybody. I see numbers coming. I didn't see anybody say hi to me. Yeah, Cal. Okay, yes. Wow, this one people say hi to me. All right, good. Okay, good to see everybody. Yes. Okay, Joyce, good to see you. Ivy, Jessica, Tai Hing, and Lee San, good to see all of you. Flor, good to see you. Karen, good to see you. Okay, David, Patricia, good to see you. Okay, yes. All right, good to see everybody. Okay, Lena, good to see you. Okay, yes, good to see everybody. Yes. Okay, very good. John, good to see you too. Yeah. Just download the slides and I'll go live. Okay, I'm actually by. Thank you, Su Ching. Yes, thank you. Eric, good to see you too. Just to give you a wonderful view of where my hotel is. My hotel is actually beside the beach, man. It's actually very nice. You all can see now. Okay, it's a bit bright. There's a mosque here, and it's just a big Mediterranean Sea frontage here. It's wonderful, you know. Okay, so yeah, I thought it's beautiful. Okay, yes, yeah, in Israel, yes. I'm actually in Tel Aviv, yes. Okay, so huge blast of light, and then we're ready to start. Okay. Yeah, it's a great view. I just yeah, finished some morning meetings and was rushing this and rushing some stuff, so I thought we'll start here. Yes, yes, slides. So those people who come in for premium will start after I end. Okay, there's doing some great Kate Spade deal, so please, what synchronization error? Didn't receive the slides. Okay, I don't know why. Okay, but I'm using all my phones already. So if you can't get the slides, go to the YouTube channel to get it. Okay, and make sure everybody YouTube give a blast of likes. Okay, very important for the likes. And in case you're worried, I've got time, log out first, then log in. Okay, to give a like, because I need that. If not, people won't. Facebook algorithm won't promote the video for me. Okay, can you do that for me, please? Oh, slides is working. Okay, Xiu Xing slide is working here. Okay, cool. All right, good. Okay, I thought it's a very important time that I should give a talk. I'll probably talk about half an hour or so, just to give everybody some context of what happened on Friday. It was a big, huge crash. Okay, I'll consider a crash. For one day, I think it's a crash. And no, Kate Lou is not here today. I'm in Israel alone. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, and what should we do? Is it a time for panic? Is it jalat really, and so on? Yes. Yes. So yeah. Okay. So I wanted to, I'll give some context. Okay. And give some reminder, and not because stock market is really, investment sometimes is not about learning new things. It's about reminding us, okay, what is the right thing to do that we don't do, right? So it's just like you go to church, for example. Some people go church or the mosque or something like that, and you get briefed for 10, 20, 30 years, right? It's the same message in different slant and different flavor, contextualized to the day. I want to do that because today it's really a very important day for that. Okay, cool. Don't stop giving likes on YouTube, because YouTube, I always got to remind them. Okay, and the same for Facebook as well. All right, let's start, shall we? Okay, the stock market. Oh man, what happened to my? Yeah. So this is my 203rd talk. Okay, the stock market just crashed. Okay, the stock market just crashed. What shall we do? What to do right now? Anybody was kind of shocked at last Friday's crash? Last Friday crash was quite bloody. Yeah, was quite bloody. Before I start, this is not a usual disclaimer. This is not a financial advice to tell you buy or sell, and I'm not here to give any financial advice or something. I'm here to just provide you with entertainment and education. Yes, Angela, happy Sunday to you too. Okay, in Sunday in Israel, it's a working day. Yeah, because their weekend is on Friday and Saturday. That's quite interesting, right? So the Sunday is like a Monday to us. So, so the news is that the stock plunged after Federal Reserve Chairman, Fed Chairman, warns of pain from inflation fight. He was very hawkish in his statement, and as a result, the S&P 500 in one day fell 3.4%. That's quite serious. And so in one day fell by 3.4%. Its worst one day showing since mid of June. Okay, and after the Federal Reserve Chairman spoke about the path forward for policy. Okay, so it is quite a serious plunge. And what exactly did Jerome Powell say is that the Federal Reserve is resolved to bring down inflation, okay, even if it means economic pain. Right? It was a short conversation, but in that short conversation, he brought down trillions of dollars. Okay, trillions. Okay, was being wiped out. Okay, so the whole Wall Street reacted very violently at Jerome Powell's resolve to fight inflation. Okay, and it wiped out $78 billion from wealthy Americans. Okay, they did some mathematics. Elon Musk wiped out 5.5 million. Jeff Bezos wipes out 6.8 billion. So really, he is the most powerful man on earth. Okay, Jerome Powell. He is the most powerful man on earth, and as a result, the whole stock market crashed terribly, and indeed, trillions of dollars were lost. Okay, and a lot of people wrote to me, "Oh, Mr. Lu, what do you do now? It's panic. It's time to sell. It's time to buy." Okay, anyway, I want to put some context to what the Federal Reserve is doing. Is it right? Is it wrong? What should we do whatsoever? First of all, the best chapter that we can take from, okay, is the chapter from the great inflation of the 1970s. In the 1970s, the inflation was high, really high, really high. Inflation was as high as 15% or so. Okay, so the inflation was very high, and it went on for 10 years. Yeah, 10 years, 10 over years, and so on. And there's a lot of learning lessons for this inflation fight. And one of the great learning lessons that we have was that inflation, okay, inflation, as we have seen in the 1970s, 1980s, was what we call half pregnant. Okay, it was a half pregnant approach. Okay, and in a half pregnant approach, in the sense that Nixon, which was the president then, followed by a few other Federal Reserve chairmen, refused to hike interest rate for too much. They wanted to use some price control mechanism and so on, and so they were more interested in keeping keeping interest rate low. They were more worried about unemployment. Okay, so as a result, they have this thing called a half-ass approach. Want to fight, don't want to fight, want to fight, don't want to fight, and trying to balance between unemployment and inflation and so on. As a result, the whole inflation dragged on for 10 years. 10 freaking years, 10 years. Imagine we have inflation for 10 years. How painful would that be, right? So the lesson learned from our forefathers is that if you want to fight inflation, full forced. Don't try to be half-assed about it, okay? So President Nixon then actually, imposed price control and wage control, and all this seems to work. Then the minute they are lifted, the inflation shot up to the roof. So it doesn't work. I want to remind everybody, this stock market crash is caused by inflation. This stock market recovery will be simply the reverse that means when the inflation is resolved, the stock market will recover again. It's all about inflation, right? So take away all the noise that you see out there, China having problem, Russia having problem, war, whatsoever, kabu, a lot of things. It's all about inflation. Thanks, Jennifer. Always appreciate you. We're not very far away. I'm in Israel, we are in Saudi Arabia, okay? Yes. So, hello, Sean, good to see you. Let me remind everybody, okay, what our current inflation that we're experiencing across the world is caused by. It is not caused by the Ukraine-Russian war. That constitutes a little bit. It is not caused by the China supply chain issues that we're facing. That caused a little bit. The single biggest reason, okay, Cindy, good to see you. The single biggest reason why the inflation came about, okay, was printing of money. As simple as that, or simple as money. Even Jerome Powell, which is the Federal Reserve Chairman, said that the war in Ukraine was not responsible for inflation. He himself said that. Of course, he's not going to say that I caused it, right? Okay, but let's take a look at it, okay? US inflation rate in February, that's when the war just started. Okay, war started on the 24th of February. So the number here, okay, haven't even captured the impact of the war. The inflation was at 7.9% already. So let's assume that there's a 1 month impact, So from 7.9 jump to 8.5, this jump can only be it is constituted largely by the supply chain blockages, the war. Largely the war only contribute 0.6%. So what I want to say and remind everybody is that the entire inflation is caused by quantitative easing. Just keep printing of money and printing of money and printing of money, okay? And there was a famous economist called Milton Friedman. He's a Nobel laureate for economics. I actually studied his economics theory during university. Now, so basically, AC, good to see you. Okay, basically, what Milton Friedman said is this: inflation is always and everywhere a monetary phenomenon. Someone added in this statement later. It's always a monetary phenomenon. Okay. Now there are some short-term inflation and things like that, but when you have a general widespread inflation, it's always a monetary phenomenon. Someone printed money beyond control. Okay. And therefore we have inflation. So the inflation caused the inflation to spike from 2%, which is normal rate of inflation, all the way to 7.9. The rest of the problem only add up a little bit only. Tampok. So which basically simply means that the reverse must solve inflation, right? They must solve inflation. So right now, the Federal Reserve is resolved to kill inflation. So what they do is this thing called quantitative tightening. So the printing of money was called quantitative easing. In fact, they call it QE unlimited. Unlimited printing of money. You go in the past, you literally have to print money. Now don't need. Just go computer add zero only. So easy to print money. The worst part is that US print money, the whole world kena inflation. Why? Because we use their US dollar, their international currency. So therefore, quantitative easing cause inflation. The reverse must be true. Quantitative tightening will ease inflation, will cause what we call disinflation. And if you look at, have quantitative tightening happened? Yes, it has happened. Okay, and that's why we are feeling the impact. The interest rate have rise tremendously. This is the amount of in some sense, amount of a balance sheet of the Federal Reserve of US. The balance sheet has gone down. What is balance sheet? You see, when you print money, you cannot just print money and give. So you have to buy bonds, okay, buy securities from the financial institution, and you give them money. Okay, so that's in exchange printing of money. So the more assets I owe means the more money I have printed. So in that sense, the printing of money was tremendous. And now the reverse is happening. They are contracting money supply. So therefore, the whole interest rate is rising like crazy. Property prices across the all major city of the world are crashing. Okay, and as a result, the whole thing is happening. So prices are already softening. It haven't softened enough, but it's really softening. So in that sense, I want to remind everybody what Jerome Powell and the Federal Reserve Chairman are, Jerome Powell and the Federal Reserve are doing is correct. Is correct, and that sent everybody into frenzy. Now, is what 450 of you on YouTube, only 191 of you give a like. Can you please each give a like? I have to remind everybody. I remind everybody to give a like until people copy me that I always remind everybody give a like. Alright, I have to do that. If not, you all don't give a like. When you don't give a like, people don't get to see the video. Okay, thank you. Okay, well, Chris, good to see you. Okay, I always very honored when fellow financial YouTuber give a like. Okay, so anyway, let's go back. Okay, however, is it enough what the Federal Reserve had done? I will tell you with one graph like this, you all can understand. Okay, this is the balance sheet of the Federal Reserve. During the pandemic, it went up like that. So now it just point a little bit. So the curve just now, it point a little bit. Okay, thank you for liking. I really appreciate this. Really appreciate when you all give a like. I really appreciate this. Okay, can you see the amount of softening? So it's not enough. Look at this jump, right? It went up tremendously. Now a little bit down only. That's child's play. So there's a lot that is needed to unwind the harm that was done to inflation. So in short, what we are seeing right now is far from enough. So therefore, Jerome Powell, the statement that he made on last Friday was actually necessary to tell everybody a lot more needs to be done, and and they will have a strong resolve in doing it. So how can the Federal Reserve contain inflation? Number one, they need to have a forceful delivery of the quantitative tightening. Sorry, it's a typo there. Quantitative tightening. They must have a strong resolve to cut down on money supply and increase interest rate. Must have a strong resolve. In the 1970s, the various Federal Reserve chairman was half-assed about it, half pregnant. I do, do one, do, don't do, do one, do, don't do one, do one, do, and do. As a result, what happened? Inflation dragged on for 10 years. So Jerome Powell was very clear. Lim Pei is not going to do that. I'm going to whack inflation really hard, slap you, I'm going to see the kind of thing. It's like fight until it is done. His mission is very clear. I need to fight inflation. So it's very good. It's very good that he does that. Yeah, it's very good. Okay. And he prioritized price stability over economic growth and inflation, and he's not half-assed about it. So Jerome Powell, last time, it's like schizo like that, right? 1 minute I think of price stability, bring down inflation. Next minute, when I do that, people lost. Okay, people lost job and things like that. No? So, it's quite serious, right? So therefore it's a serious thing, right? So the Federal Reserve is very forceful. They need to deliver price stability. They cannot be half-assed about it. Cannot be half pregnant about it. Don't try to do together. Okay, I'll answer some questions later. So eventually, with this kind of resolve, very clear in the mind, I will kill inflation first. Never mind people lose their job. Never mind people suffer. I kill inflation first. Because inflation is just like, now this person got cancer and got running nose. By killing inflation, I'll cause more running nose. Never mind. I kill cancer first. Then I solve the running nose. That's the kind of doctor that we need. In short, you need a strong resolve to get inflation down. Actually, this is a damn good news, but the stock market interpreted it in a very negative way. Okay, so now someone say, "Hey, Mr. Lu, you just one rubbish economist. You think the whole market is wrong and you're right." Yes, I think so. I think the whole stock market is wrong. I've been right before against the whole stock market. I want to say that I think the interpretation of Jerome Powell's resolve, okay, that is anti-stock market is wrong. Yes, in the short term, you cause short-term pain, but I think in the long run is damn good for the stock market. It's very good. What we don't want is to have a half pregnant, half ass approach towards it. Okay, so let's go back. Okay, I said this many times. I'm not going to repeat too much again. Many of the drivers of inflation are falling already. The oil prices are falling down. See, the oil prices has gone down below $100 a barrel. The shipping costs, logistic chain, all these are all falling. And the US and many global cities, the housing prices are falling, all falling. So the drivers of inflation are all falling already. Inflation is coming down. Okay, so therefore, what Jerome Powell is saying, we will work on it until the job is done. So the whole stock market overreacted, to my opinion. Okay, now could I be wrong? Yeah, of course I could be wrong. No, there's still a lot of things that can happen. Winter is coming. Okay, winter is coming, and that can drive oil prices up, energy prices up. China entire thing is a big unknown. The Huawei chairman called Ren Zhengfei has also came out and say that we're gonna go through a very, very serious period of hardship. So he has always been an optimist, very confident. Even he came out and said China is going through a period of hardship. Some of the factors drive prices up, some of the prices drive prices down. So the blended, difficult to tell. Barring everything at constant, I still feel that the future, the near future will be volatile. I said it a few days ago, it happened. Okay, the future will be volatile. I think we are still heading towards the right direction. So therefore, if I were to state my opinion, I think that the future will still be towards a recovery, but it will be a very volatile recovery. Some people will not be able to take that kind of volatility. But if the market will continue to crash, I still have some more shots to fire. I will fire. Okay, but if it doesn't fire, if the stock market don't crash for too long, which I don't think it would, but if it crash for long enough, I'll fire. But if it doesn't, then we just don't buy. Just ride it out. You must have this thing called tahanability. Okay, you must have tahanability to ride this thing through. And I've learned it again and again. The best, if you buy stocks during, you buy stocks during crisis time, it's very difficult to lose money. Okay, it's very, very difficult to lose money. Okay, so I hope that this will put things into context. In short, there's nothing to panic about. The market has overreacted. I think Jerome Powell is doing exactly the right thing. He's such a smart man with all the people to advise him. Why would he do things that's bad for the world, right? So the market has overreacted in the wrong way. Okay, so it's my opinion. I stand to be corrected. Okay, let's take some questions before I hand the time back to B. Okay, anybody has any question? Okay, I'm happy to take some question now. Anyone? Hoping S&P go down 3,500 will load more. Okay, control inflation versus recession, lesser of two evil. Buy when there's fear. Yep, good chance to fire shots now. I won't probably fire, but if it goes down 3 more days like that, I'll start firing already. Yes, US short sellers at work, maybe. Where will you intend? I usually fire and I go live and tell everybody. Yes, will market test new low? Very unlikely. Okay, So I don't think it will go low, it will break new low record again. So therefore, my opinion is that it crash, 3 more days of this kind of nature, I can start going in again. But it's just me, I didn't tell you what you should do, okay? That's just me. I say again, it's very difficult to lose money. It's very difficult to lose money when you buy at low prices. Mr. Lu, what happened to my newly bought EM with HDB price fall like that? It's hard to say. I don't know how much you bought your house for. I think HDB can fall also. But you know what? If you bought it and you intend to stay for very long, just like I do, I think it's okay. We still, I think market have priced in 75 basis points. So we can say that if next FOMC 50 basis points, we should stock jump. I'm pretty sure that half the market have priced in a 50% basis point interest rate jump already. The other half is 75. So if it does turn out 50% basis point jump, I think the market will rise. I do think as well. Do I short? No, I don't. Okay, I don't. Won't be surprised S&P 500 go below 2000 quantitative. Edmund, I dare to bet with you on that. Okay? Yeah, Kati. Yeah, I dare to bet a lot of money with you on that. Okay? Do you foresee property prices in UK falling? I don't foresee. It's already happening. I already saw. Yes, it's already happening. Read the news. Yeah. Do you think any chance of an earning recession like many consumer in USA struggling? You cannot believe the phenomenal amount of consumer buying right now in the world. I see it in my own eyes. Phenomenal buying power. I don't see a softening at all. Long way to go before Fed can bring it back to 2%. Yes, that I believe. But for the stock market recover, I don't think we need to go to 2%. Yes, conviction, yes. Okay. Do you think the rate will continue tomorrow? Yeah, probably. I hope so. Yeah. I mean, we must reach a stage where it go up, we're also happy, go down, also happy. What's your view of China? What's your view of will China and the decoupling comes to Southeast Asia? Will we benefit? It's very difficult to tell the Chinese market. I think China economic impact will hurt Singapore more. It is QE that push the market up. So with QT will crash the market. No, crash the market. It already is happening. Yeah, QT already started. It already crashed the market. Yes. Yeah, it already have crashed the market. Yes. Okay, I'm just trying to look for questions. Okay. Have you converted to Amundi Prime US Fund? No, it's not ready yet. It's not ready with CPF, and I think it's not ready with CPF, so I can't convert. Yes. Conviction. Any other questions? US property price drop, but Quadrant is so bullish on US property. What do you think? I have no freaking idea. I'm not familiar, so therefore I don't buy. Yeah. Okay. But the property prices, I think it's a bit far away. Okay, for level of comfort. If you're not familiar, don't buy. So advice is to stay in the market and ride it out. Yep, that's what I'll do. Okay. Will it be investing in S&P 500? I already said if it, another 3 rounds like last Friday, I'll go in. Worst crash is yet to come. Prep your ammo and ride up. Okay. The way you say like you're like God, you know. I'm very impressed with people like that. Will US Sing rise further? Hard to say. I don't think we want the Sing to rise too much. Okay. Dead Sea again. No, I'm not going to Dead Sea this time. No time. Yeah. So what about Adam Khoo? Sorry. Okay. Any other questions? Okay. Any other questions? Maybe last one or two questions. Okay. I'm here for business. Yeah, I'm Perlin. I'm here for business. Okay. Why Jerome Powell don't whack one time hard and bring inflation down? You can't. You gotta space it out and fire. You cannot just whack. You whack and see the impact. Whack and see the impact. Whack and see the impact. That's just Adam Khoo also has same opinion as you. Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, I consider Adam Khoo very wise as well. Is it wise? It is wise to refinance and get a fixed interest rate now for my mortgage on floating. I think you will reach the stage where it's almost neutral already. Yeah, it's built in already. Do you look at fear and greed index with fire? No, I don't look at fear and greed index and fire. I look at economic signals. China may abandon the zero COVID policy in November. How will this impact? I scared if they open up the borders, the inflation of the world will rise. That I think I'm very scared. SG REITs will fall tomorrow. Is it good? I don't believe in REITs. I say for a million times, I just don't believe in REITs. That is one of the most dangerous strategy. Yeah, I don't believe in it. Okay. What is your predicted interest rate next year? I think there's some official numbers being quoted already. No, I'm not acquiring businesses. I can't say what am I going to do it for. Okay, anyway. Next, FOMC 50 basis point. I am 70% sure. Okay. The only way to tame inflation is engineer recession. Job losses will lead to lower demand. The only way to tame recession is not to engineer recession. The only way to tame inflation is to bring demand down, and that could cause a recession. Okay. Yeah, I don't believe in REITs. Go watch my other video on the dividend play. I just don't believe it. A whole life insurance is one of the most dangerous thing to do also. Okay. Yeah, and again, watch the other videos that I have with my other speakers. Money Hour. Yes. Should we sell stocks to pay down housing loan and stick to stocks? Why do you want to do that? Okay. Will recession come to Singapore? Of course. Yeah, I think you cannot escape it. Yeah. My other videos, sibei long. There's nothing I can do. Yeah, I mean, I don't waste time shortening it for shortening because I don't have the time. Okay. If you want to make money, if you care about your money, you will invest in that kind of time. Okay. Yes. How does accumulated ETF is better than dividend play? When market top, unrealized gain become loss. What is accumulated ETF better than dividend play? I don't quite understand the question. What do you think of tech stock in the medium or long term? I think the Nasdaq in the long term will still go up, okay, but the volatility will be fierce. Do you think luxury bags will go further? Sorry, go further as in the price will go further up or what? I don't understand what is my statement. Okay. Since Chinese demand has not come back with full force, won't the measures of Fed now be almost futile? No, the Fed is more targeted at US. What do you think of cybersecurity stocks on Nasdaq? I don't know much about them, but cybersecurity is a big growing industry. Okay. What do you think we should put our money in? Singapore bonds or gold? I can tell what you should do. I'm putting in a bank right now, ready fire. Okay. Do different counters for S&P 500 matter significantly? Of course. But that's why you buy a whole basket of it. You see, if China open up, will the Fed be more hawkish than now? If the China open up and that causes inflation, yes, Fed will be more hawkish, and that I'll be scared shit. Okay. Okay, cool. Do you own gold? No, I don't. B probably owns some gold for cosmetic. Yes. Yes. Okay. Do you think Europe and China and Japan debt crisis? No, are they in a debt crisis? Why would there be a debt crisis? Oh, China is in a debt crisis for sure. What, it's a property crisis as well that caused a debt crisis? The rest, I don't think so. When will you see real recovery? Recovery of economic activity or recovery of stock or recovery of prices? That I think you need to tell me. Okay, hold gold or hold cash is better. I don't hold gold at all. I hold cash only. Oh, I'm asking about further increase in prices. Okay, I think handbag prices will continue to go up for sure because there was a lack of leather. There's a lack of exploitation. That's my opinion. Will energy go up further? I think in winter it will. Okay. QE has pushed market. Okay. All right. Good. Okay. B solo bag shop. Yes. B. I'll talk about that when I'm off YouTube. Okay. I don't think YouTube want me to talk about a handbag. What is the minimum amount I can invest in S&P 500? I think you can even invest $501,000. I think. Yeah. Okay. Angelina, you're welcome. Okay. With this. Okay. Sorry guys. We're gonna cut it short. Okay. Thanks for joining in, and I appreciate this time. We will watch and see how the market reacts, and I'll update everybody. Okay. All right. Cool. Okay. Don't forget to give a like, everybody. Okay. I hope that you have benefited from it. Thank you. Very welcome, all the guys. Just remember, give a like. Okay. thank you guys on YouTube. I hope that this session have brought a lot of comfort and peace to you. That you're directionally in the right direction. Cool. All right, guys. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. For those of you who have any more questions, you can write email to me, luchengchuan@gmail.com. Okay. Thank you, guys. Chris, thank you. Louis, thank you. Okay. Yes. Good to see you too. Okay. So later, yeah.